Well, hello you gorgeous mother truckers, and welcome to another video. Right then, so if we'll go by all the mainstream media, about 8.9 million people turned up today to protest against Donald Trump. I mean, if what they saw at the UTK march was 100,000, obviously it's going to be the other way around. It always will be. Now, they yet again are there holding their signs, calling anyone who disagrees with them a fascist and as bad as Hitler, if not worse, and every other name under the sun, which is exactly the same rhetoric that eventually and ultimately led to Charlie Kirk's assassination and to many, many other people who've been attacked and abused because they cannot and will not let go of their hate. Now, personally, up until recently, I'd be furious at these people, really, really angry at these people. But what I've realised is I feel sorry for them. I genuinely do. Because whereas I and many other people do what we do with a conviction and a belief and an attempt to gain the knowledge, and if not already have the knowledge and the understanding of what exactly that we are doing. You see, you all know I'm a sci-fi nut, and if you haven't, you should by now, and you're about to find that out. And in the original Star Wars, before they ruined it by giving it to Disney, who just made it all about girl power, let's not go down that route just yet. In that, the overriding story arc was Luke and Darth Vader / his dad, Anakin Skywalker, where his father's turning to the dark side to allow himself to be filled with hate and anger in the process of trying to gain something he could never gain, and being that person and being continually evil and literally being the ultimate of darkness. You know, he was the Dark Lord of the Sith. But ultimately, and in the end, he turned out good. And why did he do that? Because his son, Luke, never gave up on him. He never gave up because he saw the slight glimmer of hope, the potential humanity in him. And that's why we should never give up on them, no matter how hate-filled they are. Because in everything I see a decent, somewhere in there's a human being. There was, for instance, the Charlie Kirk shooter. He was a decent young man. And then he went into the indoctrination system of colleges and universities and ended up being turned to the dark side, filled with such anger and hate that the only way to justify and have a vent for that was to kill a man who was good, who just wanted to talk. And we should never really lose focus on that. Now, I get it, and I understand the anger and the upset it would cause, but the simple truth of the matter is, it is what it is. People, not many, don't get me wrong, in this world there are people who are evil. They just, you know, there are very few that are just born evil. I do genuinely believe that. But the vast majority of people and the vast majority of things that become evil usually start off with all the best intentions. And then it just propagates into evil. Because when evil sees an opportunity, it can seize, it does it. You see, an awful lot of what the current Labour government want to do in respect to laws and that all come from, in reality, the potential of a good idea, but it gets warped by evil. And also other things that, like for instance, the VAT on private schools comes out of pure vengeful jealousy, which is dark side stuff. So although I see these people, I hate these people who, as I said in the march, Palestine March is their free speech, and was going, yeah, but they're supporting a terrorist organisation. Well, that's a different thing. Their ability to go and say that is fine, but obviously supporting a known terrorist organisation isn't. But I don't see, or I don't think the vast majority of these protesters, like the ones with Trump, genuinely, honestly understand or believe in what they're parroting. Many times with the refugees welcome thing, someone will go, oh, okay, a refugee is welcome. So will you have one in your house? They immediately come out with excuses because it's something good to shout, but not when it's enacted. It's very much like when you have things like, we need more prisons. Well, okay, we're building one on a field behind you. Well, don't it by me. You see, this is the thing that we have. We have this flux of we want things or we're against something, but when somebody gives you the chance to solve that issue by doing something yourself, they don't want to touch it. Which is, as I said, a lot of these people who are on the left at the moment have no courage of their convictions, no real true belief in what they're doing, because when you ask them about it, like as was recently asked at one of the marches, these people are fascists. Well, do you know what a fascist is? Well, no, not really. So how can you call somebody a fascist? Well, because they are. Well, you can't call somebody a fascist if you don't actually know what a fascist is. It's like you call somebody racist without really understanding the connotation and the way it fits in society, because in reality, an awful lot of things that people are saying are nothing to do with race, but it's an argument. It's the standard left playbook where they will use your moral code against you. So when they call you a racist, you feel ashamed and embarrassed by that, because that's what the word used to mean. So you shut up. It's lost its power now, and that's all thanks to them. So all these people protesting against Trump, it's like that. Well, why are you protesting against Trump? Because he said some horrible things. Oh, he's impinged on women's rights. Where? Well, he has. Well, where has he impinged? Well, that it was reported that, you see, these people, whereas I have a courage of conviction, when I say something and what I'm doing now and I believe it, I'll say that and I believe it because I know it to be true. And I understand, or if I don't understand, I make sure I damn well go away and understand where it all comes from. Because that's the important thing. Yeah, you've got to understand. You have to have courage in your convictions. You have to be able to truly understand what you're talking about, to be able to believe it, to be able to say it. So if I call somebody a fascist and somebody says, do you know what a fascist is? I go, yeah, I do, exactly. I know what a fascist is. And as I did to explain it to Mrs. G, because she didn't know what a fascist was. And it was literally as simple as the kiddie version was the best, which was, well, it's a minority of people who take over the power and then refuse and do what they want to do with refusing to listen to everybody else. And that's the kiddie version of fascism. So if you use the kiddie version of fascism and look at those people protesting, who are the fascists? But they don't get that. You see, people on the left protest about stuff because they are eventually, or they are, what they claim to be against. Many times in society, people have these discussions where they actually become what they're against. They are what they claim not to be. It's just a sad thing. So, yes, there's going to be more protests. They're going to do this. The BBC and the media will lie and say hundreds and hundreds of thousands, and it will probably be nowhere near that, because it's all about narratives, all about optics. Any case, enough of that. Ways to support the channel down below. If you agree with what I'm saying, hit the subscribe button. Please like and share. If it's the first time you come to see a video, hit the subscribe button so you can see some more when they come out, and you might be able to sort of there. I'm not here to, as I keep saying to Mrs. G, she go, why do you do what you do? Well, I do that to open the door. I open the door to show you a different version of reality. It's only up to you whether you can walk through it. I'm not going to push you. That's your choice. Any case, I'll see you in the next one.
You said to me that you can't stand the world you're living in no more. I can't say